Hey everybody, it's LOZA. Thanks for joining me. It's been a little while, but hey, we finally got confirmation that Dark Magician of Destruction and Gaze of Timaeus are coming to the TCG, so what better time than to make a little combo refresher for all the homies at home. Even if you've seen this stuff 1,000 times, let's go through it all again for the Dark Spellion himself. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next, but right now we're just going to go over some basic combos. I'm going to start with Rod and Souls. Okay, Rod and Souls, your bread and butter of Dark Magician. Though in a lot of builds now, this is a one-of. We'll get to that later in other kind of combos. We're only going to show off 2 combos today, actually, but this is kind of my favorite too. And I think going forward, while there's so many different combos you can do with the new support and all the new engines, right, it's really important to just lean into the kind of more staple combos, the more low to the ground stuff. So this is going to be the Rod and Souls opener, and you're going to start with Magician Souls, using that effect to put Dark Magician in the grave, and you're going to use the effect to summon the Dark Magician as well, and then normal summon that Rod. Normal summon Rod will go and get yourself a Soul Servant. The reason you typically want to start with Magician Souls is to play around Bestials, though I will say if your opponent has a Bestial, this combo is getting interrupted anyway, so you could even argue that it's better to normal the Rod first so you know what your line of play will be, right? If you get hand trapped on Rod, then this line of play doesn't exist, so probably in that case better to summon Souls, go for draws with other spells and traps, right? Anyway, we're going to pretend we've made it to this point and, not been hand trapped. Activate Soul Servant. You are going to stack Gaze of Timaeus on the top of your deck, and you're going to banish that Soul Servant because you got Dark Magician out and you're going to draw that Gaze of Timaeus. So our hand's over here. But yeah, we've used a spell now, so go ahead and banish your Dark Magician. And here is the Dark Magician of Destruction. Use his effect. You can get a couple of cards with this, anything in the Dark Magician archetype. Now, we've already normaled and we've already used Soul Servant, so I'm not going to go normally get Rod off this guy. But in this combo, we already got Rod. We're going to add secrets for this one, but I'll show you 2 avenues you can go down, and this ad could be like Soul Servant or even a second Gaze of Timaeus if you like. So, one avenue to go down from directly here is you can just set both these cards and pass, but you can also just go secrets here, and you're going to fuse both these guys away. And that's going to let you make whatever's better for the matchup. If you think Magidragon's good in the matchup, it's a matchup where they have good continuous spells or field spells, Magidragon's going to be your friend. Or if they just can't out boss monsters, Magidragon literally just gains oodles of attack based on spells and traps in the graves and banishments. And he also just says, pop a spell trap on your opponent's turn, but also after this card special summon until the end of your next turn, it's unaffected by other card effects. So not till the end of this turn, not till the end of your opponent's turn, till the end of your next turn. So it's just going to sit on the field and be a big tower's beat stick that your opponent can't really deal with. On the opponent's turn, you'll have that set Gaze of Timaeus. Flip up the Gaze. All you got to do is target this beautiful boy right here and shuffle him back to your extra deck. From there, you're just going to summon the one and only Dragoon, right? Obviously, this means you need a discard in the hand, right? So technically a 3-card combo, I suppose. But still ending on a boss monster that is pretty much unbeatable in battle and can, pop a spell trap. And then you've got your normal negate. That's pretty solid off 2 DM start, like a 2 DM card hand, right? I'm pretty happy with that. That's really nice. Let's look at a different avenue you could go down there. So we're going to just resort back to the previous board state, which was this. We had just searched the secrets off of the Dark Magician of Destruction. So the alternate path here is you can secrets and go into your Dark Magicians instead, because it's the exact same requirements. So go into Dark Magicians, still setting that Timaeus for the opponent's turn, and then on the opponent's turn when you do the Gaze, it's just going to be all the same, right? Shuffle this friend back, summon out Big Dragooner. It just means you get a draw now with the Dark Magicians. Nothing crazy, right? I just want to preface and say this is like if the Timaeus thing is useless, right? If Timaeus is in a bad matchup, you can do this instead. But I'm going to show you a better use for this very soon. But let's go back to that board state once again of Rod, Dark Magician of Destruction, and I guess you could search a different card in this combo. I'm just going to search a second Gaze, though it's not going to be useful right away. But typically second Gaze is not bad, or even Soul Servant's not bad either. Anyway, you could search an extender to like Apprentice Illusion or something. That's really viable as well. Anyway, we're going to link these to a wait instead this time. And there's a couple of options you got. I think we're just going to make an IP Masquerena. That's always good. And then you're just going to set the Gaze of Timaeus, and you're just going to pass turn on that. You only need the 1 set. So this, once again, this card could be anything else you've searched off your Dark Magician of Destruction. But yeah, On the opponent's turn, you're going to be able to go gaze once again, shuffle back, summon Dragoon, nothing crazy. Dragoon obviously has a discard to negate, and you can also go IP then with your Dragoon. And if there happens to be 3 spells, we've got 1 spell in the grave. If your opponent's playing a lot of spells, you can even go into Celine, use her effect to remove 3 counters, bring back Dragoon in defense. Let's say there's not 3 spells in the grave from both players. That's okay. You can just do some stock standard stuff, you know, go into your SP Little Knight. That's no problem, right? There is some other links you can go into, but that's all I'm playing right now. There's Miasma as well, but that doesn't do anything in that exact scenario. Okay, cool. So that's like the Rod opener, and one of the reasons Gaze is just such a good card, right? Gaze is insane. We all know this. This next combo is going to be featuring Gaze. It's kind of less of a combo, because we kind of already know this combo, and more of a, let's play around an Imperm or a Veiler. So we just need a second card. In this case, I'm going to have Dark Magician Girl twice. So yeah, 3-card combo technically, but this is just any discard. And this is, yeah, you got to open up Gaze of Timaeus or a way to it. And let's just go through it. So you're going to discard blank card, right? Literally doesn't matter. Just discard the Dark Magician Girl here and summon out the Dark Magician Girl Shining Sark. She adds the Shining Sark when you do that. That's awesome. I'm just going to move that Imperm up there till we need it. But yeah, in this case, we're going to think about what if the opponent Imperms her, right? What if the opponent hits her with an Imperm so you don't get that Sark? If you do have Gaze of Timaeus on the field, she actually identifies as Dark Magician Girl in her text. Because when she's summoned by discarding a card, if you do, this card's name becomes Dark Magician Girl. So she's actually DMG right now. So your opponent goes Imperm on her, which will turn off your entire deck, right? You can no longer get to Demod and Friends because you've not used the spell yet, right? And she searches the spell you need. So if you do have Gaze, you can just go Gaze, targeting her, shuffle her, and once again, you've got some options. You can make literally Demod right here, right now. Wait, no, you can't. Typically, these are the 2 options you want to go into once again. If it's a good matchup, obviously make Timaeus. If it's just a whatever matchup, I normally make the Dark Magicians. So, now the Imperm fizzles because it has no target. Awesome. And now you resolve your search, right? Oh yeah, Gaze will be in your bin. You resolve your search now. So go ahead and go get your Shining Sarcophagus, which I've somehow lost. Here it is. Alright, cool. And now we've got some unique follow-up, right? We're going to use Shining Sark. Don't use the Dark Magician's effect to draw yet, because you might draw the search target. Going to use Shining Sark effect to draw, and you could search another DMG, but we're going to search the Dark Magician if you're playing it. If you're not playing it, that's okay too. Now on resolution, we're going to use Dark Magician's effect, draw a random card, okay? So your hand right now is a random card. So we are filling it back up, because this was like a 3-card combo starter, right? Then we're going to summon him for free. Pretty awesome. Banish him, because we have used a spell this game. There's your Dark Magician of Destruction. Dark Magician of Destruction, go ahead and it can get you Soul... Normally it gets you Soul Servant if the DMG lived. In this case, the DMG did not live, and that's fine. Go get Magician's Rod, or typically you would get Illusion of Chaos, which... Ooh, I've actually left him in the deck. So we're just going to cycle through and grab him. Sorry, typically, like, obviously you'd have, like, a brick in your hand or something bad in your hand. Just DM player things. You go for Illusion of Chaos and shuffle that brick back. We're going to skip that step and just go straight to Rod, right? So grab Rod, normal Rod, Rod effect. Typically Soul Servant or Gaze. Gonna get Gaze. Awesome. Now look at your board. You've got 2 cards in the hand, 3 monsters on the board, and a Shining Sark with the sneaky second effect on there as well. So, what I like to do from here is just a bunch of Link Mumbo Jumbo. So what you can do is go into Miasma and add a card back. I don't think that's bad at all. You can also just get 3 spells around for the Celine to pop off, so we might try that as well. There's a couple of different avenues. I don't know if I'm going to cook here, if I'm going to mess it up, so let's try it anyway. We're going to link these 2 friends away. I like keeping Dark Magicians, by the way, till the opponent's turn, just because, hey, it's pretty good. Oh, we've shuffled away the DMG, actually, so we shouldn't go for Miasma. In the turn where you do shuffle her away, I know there's one here, but that's because we just discarded an extra copy. So actually, sorry, don't go for Miasma. In this case, you do if she actually resolves normally. In this case, you probably just do the IP again. It's pretty basic, but just because we don't have the DMG to add back off Miasma, just go into the IP, because that's still fine. On the opponent's turn, you're going to have that set Gaze. So So this Dark Magicians has got you 1 draw. This Dark Magicians has helped you dodge a hand trap thanks to Gaze. And now on the opponent's turn, you're going to be able to flip it up the Gaze and obviously put back our friend here who identifies as DM. And summon our bestie, Big Gooners. And hey, we just activated a spell, so Dark Magicians go ahead and draw you another card. So we are just, you know, adding back to our hand. We are having a negate, having an IP now that can use the Dark Magicians, because like Dark Magicians doesn't really have much value on the field now. So at this point, you can happily just go farewell. And I guess this is where stuff gets kind of silly. You can go into Selene. And why you might want to go into Selene is kind of dumb, because after you've used your Dragoon negate, you can just Selene back out the Dragoon, because you've got Timaeus, Shining Suck. That's 3 spells. So she'll have 3 counters. If you use your Dragoon negate, you can use Rod Effect Engrave. If we have it, we do have Rod Effect Engrave. Not sure how we'd trigger it right now, to be honest. I guess that's sometimes a little bit awkward. I guess technically what you do is IP with the actual Dragoon, which feels a little bit bad. But let's say you use the Dragoon negate, and then later you could just IP the Dragoon into the Selene, which is IP Selene, which is even better. Then you can go Selene, bring back the Dragoon, right? Dragoon now has the reset negate. Dark Magicians lives another day. Although it will banish at the end of this turn, because you did summon it off the Gaze from your previous turn. So that is a bit unfortunate. But this Dragoon will not be banished, because it's been summoned back off Selene, and it does not remember that it was summoned off Gaze originally. So you will not lose this, which is more important than losing this. But it does suck that you lose this. So like ultimately, I would prefer to use that, but looping the Dragoon negate is just silly, right? Like that's just silly. And pretty much this whole combo came off the back of Shining Sark DMG. That card is crazy, guys. You pretty much have to play her moving forward. And Shining Sark is the engine, I would say. If you don't want to play like the Dark Magician, I would totally understand, because he's kind of a brick, but you kind of have to play the girl. This card is like a Dark Magician card, man. It's everything Dark Magician girl wishes she was. It's incredible. But yeah, long story short, this deck's kind of insane with all our new stuff. I want to know what you guys want to see from me. Do you want to see more Dark Magician profiles? Do you want to see more test hands? I just gotta know. I just gotta know, and I gotta get back into the swing of uploading. I apologize for that. That will get fixed. I will be uploading a little bit more frequently, I'm hoping. I've just been a little bit down on my Yu-Gi-Oh luck, and yeah, I've been waiting for a bit of a pick-me-up, and I think the new support being announced officially for the TCG has been really nice. So let's go. Love to see it. Let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see deck profile? Do you want to see combos? Do you want to see... I don't know, man. You just let me know. Anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.